Hello friends, this is Champion Marks back here for another Pokemon narrated Wi-Fi battle. Today we got a Black-White 2 OU match versus one of my better friends from the YouTubes, Mamory6789. He's a pretty cool guy. He's a little new to the Pokemon competitive game. He is getting better. Matter of fact, he did pretty damn well in this match, but anyway, my team is basically the same team of random crap that I used in the last video, except I got Rhydon and Gengar instead of Gligar and Landorus. My opponent's got a pretty serious OU team, although I should be able to check everything he has decently well, because just Hitmontop and Vaporeon can handle Scizor pretty well. Rhydon can take a couple hits, get up the rocks, and deal out some hits. And Keldeo plus Black Kyurem can threaten almost everything on his team. Plus Gengar can hit stuff pretty hard with Shadow Balls and Focus Blast when needed. So yeah, that's pretty much a thing, and well, let's just get into the battle. Alright, so let's get into this. Mamo decides to lead off with his Gliscors. I decide to lead off with my Rhydon. Now, this would probably be a bad matchup, but it's actually a pretty good matchup in my favor now. Because my Rhydon actually has Ice Punch, which I don't really know why it has Ice Punch, but it does, and in this situation it really helps me out. But anyway, Mamo decides to go for the early setup, getting his Gliscor going for the Sword Dance, which really is a bad idea, because first turn setup is never really good, especially considering that two of my other Pokemon can easily one-shot this guy. And now that he goes for the second Sword Dance after I get up my rocks, I go for the Ice Punch, revealing that I have it, and that shit does a lot. It does more than half, and even Poison Heal doesn't bring him back into a range where he can live the next one. So here, he goes for the +4 Earthquake, and Rhydon just doesn't even give a shit about that, because he's a fucking Eviolite Rhydon with defense like 500 or more. It just takes that Earthquake like it's nothing. Well, not really like it's nothing, because it does a hell of a lot, but it still takes it, which is pretty damn impressive. Goes for the Ice Punch, and kills off Gliscor. So, that's an early 6-5 lead for me. And in comes Rotom here. Goes for the trick to get rid of my Eviolite and give me a Choice Scarf. Arguably not very good play. Probably would have been better for him to keep his Choice Scarf. And as I miss my Stone Edge, and he gets off a Hydro Pump, which, you know, that makes sense, because I can't hit a Stone Edge, but he can hit a Hydro Pump with the exact same accuracy. Doesn't really matter at all to the outcome, just means that my Gengar's going to be forced to take a hit as it takes out the Rotom. So anyway, go for Shadow Ball. It does a lot, way over half, easy 2-hit KO, but because I didn't have the prior Stone Edge damage, I am going to have to take the Hydro Pump. Thankfully I do take it, because Gengar's special defense is pretty decent, and I'm just able to take out Rotom with a second Shadow Ball. Now, I don't really think that the Stone Edge miss mattered all that much, because now Scizor comes in, and I'm pretty sure Scizor would have been able to kill me with a Bullet Punch anyway, despite the damage from Hydro Pump, or not having it, or whatever. It probably would have been able to kill me anyway, and I just leave in Gengar for Death Fodder anyway, because I wanted a free switch into my Hitmontop. Even though Hitmontop actually probably could have switched in anyway, but I was kind of fearing that he would be banded with Pursuit, because I didn't really know what his Scizor set was, but anyway. Hitmontop comes in, gets the Intimidate, and I'm just going to go for close combat, because nothing on his team, even Latios, doesn't appreciate a close combat. And even if Latios comes in, I do have Sucker Punch to take it out, so yeah. Mamo decides to fodder his Heatran, which is really the best thing he did have to fodder, because everything on my team had a move that hit it super effectively, so it was pretty much dead weight on his team. Now, in comes Latios, because I'm not sure what he's going to go for, but I just go for Sucker Punch, because I don't want to straight switch in my Vaporeon, because I don't want it to take any damage that it doesn't need to, because it is my only real reliable counter to this Latios being Special Wall, so I want to see what he's going to go for and what his set is before I decide to switch it in. Unfortunately, my Hitmontop beats Psychic and dies, which, yeah, I do get to learn that this thing is Life Orb, but I do lose my Hitmontop, which is, sort of bad, but not really too bad, because I don't need it to take on Scizor or Terrakion. I can take them on both equally just fine without it. It's just, you know, would have been nice if I did have it. But anyway, Latios goes for the Draco Meteor. That does a crap ton to my special defense Vaporeon, so it just shows you that Latios is a monster, but I decided to go for the Wish on his first Draco Meteor, because I wanted to gauge how much it would do. It does half, so I know it can easily live another one with 25% left, and I just go for Scald, because I wasn't sure if Life Orb was going to kill him off there. I wanted to make sure that I'd get the kill on him. And I get my Wish back, so now I'm up to, I believe, 40... no, not 45%. Actually, with leftovers, I'm at like 80% right now. But, yeah. Anyway, Latios goes down, and I'm at pretty damn good HP. Now, in comes Scizor. He goes for the Sword Dance, which is really risky because he does run the potential to get burned by my Scald. Thankfully, he does. Well, thankfully for him, he doesn't get burned by the Scald, but unfortunately, he's going to make a really questionable play here by going for the Bullet Punch. Now, I really don't know why he did this. He easily could have taken me out because I am special defensive, not physical defensive. He could have taken me out with Superpower or Bug Bite or whatever his potential other attacking moves were. The only real reason I can think for him doing that was that Bullet Punch was his only attack move, which that's really stupid if it is, but whatever, I don't really care. Terracion's just going to come in, and since I've seen that he had Scarfed Rhydon, I'm assuming that this Terrakion is banded, so I know Vaporeon's not going to be able to live that close combat, and I do not have anything else that could favorably switch in on this Terrakion's close combat, though I do have still means of taking it out. I have a Keldeo, which really, I'm just sending this thing in to potentially get defense drops as it gets taken out, but thankfully I win the speed tie and take him out with the Sacred Sword anyway, so Black Kyurem isn't really needed to do anything, but even though it was nice to have it, just, you know, as a backup plan in case it did lose the speed tie, but whatever. GG, Mamo. It was pretty awesome, and I hope we do it again soon. Comment, rate, sub, and later.